Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. So today I'm out in my garden, as always, and today I'm going to eat a fresh green bean on camera. I'm one of these weird people who like to eat fresh food, raw greens right out of your garden. I don't know what it is about fresh greens, but I love it. I mean, I'll eat a fresh green bean out of the garden. And my kids will eat them too, that's cool. But there's just something about the raw greens that I love. Whether it's okra, whether it's lettuce, green beans, broccoli, whatever I can get. Oh, green peppers, green bell peppers. I love eating fresh green bell peppers right out of the garden. This has been probably the most abysmal garden year ever. I have fought so many things, had so many issues. Some things are still doing okay. My okra is still probably the shining star of the season. Still getting lots of okra. Potatoes, I'm planting potatoes again. I got some tubs put out where I'm going to plant. I've already planted some new potatoes again. But tomatoes, peppers, green beans, just nothing has done what I wanted it to do this year. Nothing. I'm so disappointed. But you know, it is what it is, and so you just keep going, and you're still planting. And so I'm planting more potatoes to get maybe a late fall crop of potatoes, early winter crop of potatoes. You know, we'll see. And then I'll plant some fall squash here very soon, so that maybe I can harvest some squash coming up before winter. And I'm just gonna keep going, you know. And you know, the good thing is, the one thing that has been the true shining star here on the homestead has been the sheep. We have laid down about 15 new lambs this year. Some of those will be sold. Some of those will be butchered, raised up. I'll sequester the males and put them in a certain pen area, and then they will be raised up and then butchered probably late winter and or early spring, and that'll be meat for the freezer. And so we'll have some good meat for the freezer for that, some canned lamb and stuff like that. And then obviously we'll be doing a deer harvest this year too. So we got plenty of meat coming up, but the sheep have been doing spectacular. Some of the new female lambs will be kept and then used for birthing purposes for the next year. And then some of those new baby ewes will be sold for people wanting to start their own herd or for whatever purposes they have. So the shining star this year has been the sheep. The garden has just not been a good year. There's just no other way of looking at it. Anyway, but early this spring I did have a really good lettuce crop. I was growing butter crunch lettuce and Jericho lettuce, and both of those varieties have been fantastic. And I'll be replanting some of those here coming up in the next couple weeks, so that we have lettuce coming up in the cooler months as the temperatures start to subside out of summer. And I'll be saving those seeds today. I'm saving a bunch of those seeds. They're the lettuces that we have go to seed, just like that. They go to seed, they come up, they have flowers on the top, and then when the flowers pop open, there's seed down in there, and then we just pull out that seed and put that in a plastic bag. It rained last night, and it's going to be raining, thank goodness, for the next few days. So I'm probably going to dry out these seeds, let them dry out, and then I'll go ahead and harvest the remainder of some of these, and then have a good planting. And lettuce is like, for me, lettuce always grows very easy here. I don't know what it is, but the butter crunch, I think it's the butter crunch and the Jericho lettuce grow pretty well. So the seeds are really easy to harvest. You just wait for these little dandelion fluffy things to come out of the flowers, and then you pull on those, or you just open up the pods and then save the seeds, or you can just pick the pod right off of the plant and just put the whole pod in a plastic bag and save it for planting. And so all these lettuces here were seeds that I had saved from last year. They came from seed I saved last year, and it's as easy as just pulling off the pods and then putting them in a plastic bag, saving those, and then when it comes time to plant, break open the pods and sprinkle the seeds into a hole, and then water, keep them moist, and then boom, you've got lettuce. Great amounts of lettuce, and great for salads, stuff like that, and we love salads. Other than that, whatever you have left over, like these big things here that I don't harvest off of, I'll just pull these down and happily feed them to my sheep. They will love me for that, whatever is left over remaining. And just food for the sheep. And they should be rewarded. As well as they've performed this year, they should be rewarded. And I'll be looking for, had someone contact me from my channel in the Ozarks who wanted to maybe provide me a new ram for the next year. So I'll probably take them up on that. Otherwise, I know Chris over at Shalom Acres said he might be able to trade me out a ram coming up this winter. And I'll get them in so that we can get probably December time frame. That way I can have a new batch of late spring, early summer rams or lambs to bring out and hit the ground. So yeah, you can force the sheep to basically just go every 6 months, but it's good to give the mamas a little bit of a rest. And so right now I don't have any rams in there. They're just gonna take the time to raise up those babies, and they'll go ahead and be rested for the new ram to show up around winter time. Anyway, I've been watching the news the last couple days and just seeing what has been said on my various news sources. I don't watch mainstream media. I think mainstream media is basically pointless to watch. You don't get anything from mainstream media. Looks like we're heading for a deflationary collapse. Here's what you're gonna see in the next few months, just so you know. Because again, it's all about history books. Read history, you know what's coming. Cycles repeat. Declaring the end from the beginning. Nothing new under the sun. What happened before will happen again. All those sayings. We're headed for a deflationary collapse because of the raising of the interest rates. You're going to see people laid off work. You're going to see price controls at some point coming. You're going to see, a lot of layoffs coming up. A lot of the stock market. In fact, I've even heard word recently about Walmart actually preparing for closing stores and laying off workers. And I don't know if that's true or not. I have a source in Walmart I haven't talked to in a while, but that's what I'm hearing. Like, in the alternative news media, that there are rumblings of Walmart getting ready to lay off workers and close stores. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but there's a lot of people laying off workers already. Unemployment's is rising, and housing prices are falling. We're headed for a deflationary collapse right now, but we're in inflation. But what happens is the deflation takes over. Prices will come back down. Layoffs will go up, and when the layoffs go up and the companies go under and bankruptcies rise, what you'll have is a giant call from the public for stimmies. And that's stimulus payments. Again, we have become addicted to stimulus payments in this country. It's the heroin that the addict can never rid itself of. And that cat is out of the bag. And so you will see a giant call for stimmies. And that will all that will do is bring us right back to hyperinflation. We're not at hyperinflation yet. Right now, we're kind of like at superinflation. We're kind of like, definitely in an inflationary period. And it's being cooled off by the markets and the raising of interest rates. And so we're going to see a deflationary turn, but all that will do is prompt a giant call for stimmies, which will get us right back to inflation, hyperinflation, which is unavoidable at this point. There's only two ways really to avoid the things, the path we're on. There's only two ways to avoid that path. Is number one, stop printing money, which the government won't do. Congress will not demand the Fed to stop printing money. And number two, for Congress to stop spending money. Those two things will not happen. Again, because we're addicted to the heroin of money supply, money printing. And money printing is, inflation is always a result of money printing, always. So that just is what it is. That's what we're heading towards. And that's why I see historically what has been and what will be. And so I'm telling you, based on what has been, that is what will be. Get ready for a deflationary turn, and then that's going to bring us right back into a hyperinflation. Let me know if you don't agree. You can disagree with me all you want, but I'll still be right. I'll still be right. Yeah. Whatever else goes on in the world stage, I don't know. I saw a carrier battle group is just right now headed to Taiwan. So that'll be interesting. Because Nancy Pelosi wants to go visit Taiwan. And the Chinese have said, you better not. And so now we have a carrier battle group going over to ensure that Nancy Pelosi can have a safe trip to Taiwan and enjoy her time there doing whatever she does. Getting us into more trouble. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, but I am enjoying the okra. Look at all these dead leaves. I gotta rake up the dead okra leaves. I gotta rake those up and make this garden a little bit more presentable. I got some more potatoes planted, so I'm gonna work on that. But anyway, I thought I'd check in with you today. Kind of rant and rave about what's going on. Hope your garden's doing better than mine, because this year has probably been the worst garden I've ever had. Worst garden I've ever had since I've been here. A couple of you guys asked about the Achicha cucumbers. I do have Achicha cucumber seeds. I did not plant them this year just because of my traveling this spring, but I am going to try to plant the Achichas again coming up next year. The seeds will last. I will have them for sale again at some point on my website. Achichas, when I first got Achichas, I got Achicha seeds that were sent to me all the way from Great Britain. Great Britain. Someone over in the UK sent me some Achicha seeds. And they were already like 3 or 4 years old, and they still sprouted just fine. And that's the Achicha seeds I've been growing ever since. And so my Achicha seeds, I haven't planted them in a couple years, so I know they'll still be good, and they will still sprout fine and germinate fine just because of the stock they come from. But I will be planting them out there on my arbor. If you can see my arbor, I'll plant them on my arbor again next year and get the Achichas going again. They are an amazing snack that I do love to eat, especially in the summertime. We tried pickling them once, and it didn't really turn out so well. I may try to do it again and see how it just maybe change the flavors of the pickling that we did, and we'll try something different. But I do love the Achichas. They are a great snack. So one day again, people have asked, when are you going to have Achichas for sale? They're coming back. I will have the Achichas come back. So they're just an amazing novelty to have in your garden, a great conversation starter. Every time someone sees them, they're like, what are those? I love the Achichas. So, all right, guys. Hope your guys are doing good. Hope your garden's doing. Leave a comment below. Let me know how your garden's doing this year. Is this the craziest year ever for gardens? What do you think about the carrier battle group and old Nancy heading to Taiwan? How's that going to go? We'll see. All we can do is watch the show. Watch and enjoy the show. That's all you can do. All right, guys. See you next time in the homestead. Hey guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zervita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher. In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.